one of the main challenges when it comes to training calisthenics or any sport that requires a lot of frequency and a lot of commitment in order to get progress is finding that perfect balance in your training between structure and intuition. So imagine you've got a long spectrum, right? And on one side you've got structure and one side you've got intuition. So the side with structure is where you meticulously follow a program with the amount of sets, reps, the very specific exercises and progressions, the rating of perceived exertion, so how hard you're training your intensity. And on the other side, you've got not having a structure at all and just training however you see fit on that specific day, training however you feel like is going to be best, right? So that could mean training 10, 20 different exercises in one session and just sort of chasing a high of whatever you want to train that day. So you've got two polar opposites, right? And neither side is going to yield you the most results. But if you don't implement the other one, then you're not going to get the most out of your training. So for example, if you train purely with structure, you're never accounting for your energy that day, the amount of sleep you had last night, how good your diet's been, whether you've been traveling while you're training. So many different factors, right, that can affect your strength, your stamina during your session, right? You cannot account for all these things in advance when writing a program, writing something down on a sheet. And sometimes you can just turn up to training and have no energy at all, and you don't have a good explanation for it, right? So even on the days, you could argue that even you could write down how your structure would look different on those specific days, but you don't even know when those days are going to come. So it's very much going to change the intensity that you want to train at each session, right? So that's one side, that's one of the issues when you train with too much structure. And on the other side, you've got training with too much intuition and too much in the moment training, like you could call it, right? So that's when you go to the gym with your friends, which I had sort of one of these sessions yesterday, or the day before yesterday, sorry, where you go to the gym with your friends and you've got 5 different people there, or however many people there. They're all training different things, and you're kind of chasing the high of what to train at, what exercises to train, what intensity, and they're all shouting to push you on and do this specific exercise, right? And it's a nice thing. A lot of the time it's better to train with people than it is to train alone, but that is just one of the factors. When you are training with intuition, you've kind of got to see the negatives of training like this. Your body is not going to be able to effectively adapt to 20 different things in the same way it could adapt to 3 different things, right? You're giving your body way too much information, and it just does not have the capacity to understand it all and get better for next time that you train. So where that leaves us is finding that balance in between. So listening to your body during your session. How tired are you that day? What's your mood like? What's your energy levels like? Have you got stamina that day? Did you eat a lot of carbs before you trained? Right? Accounting for all these things, you're able to see realistically what your session should look like. But at the same time, having some sort of idea the nature of which you're training. Are you training frequently with a low intensity? Are you training with bands and optimizing for neural efficiency? Or are you training for absolute strength with your body weight? Right, you've got to have some sort of structure, and you can change it day by day, you can change it week by week, but understanding going into that session with some sort of goal, or even creating that goal once you've found out how your body feels that day. Because when you're training for strength and you're no longer training for muscle and building up the basics, you're going to have a lot more highs and lows, because strength is so dependent on how you feel on a specific day, and so much more dependent on the central nervous system, which fluctuates massively based on your lifestyle. So hopefully you account for all those things when you go into your training. And yeah, guys, see you later.